Just make this go away. There's nothing left inside for you. It's go away.
Welcome back to Cage Talk. I'm your host, Buck, and I've got Nick joining me in the studio. Nick?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Joining us on the phone right now is Matt Serra, part 2.
Hi-yo.
Part 2.
So, Matt Serra, have you ever been to Albuquerque, man?
No, man. I definitely got to come visit you guys sometime.
That's where we're based out of. We figure if, we're starting to get all these fighters coming out of here fighting, we figure, you know what, we might as well set up our show in Albuquerque.
There you go, man. That's convenient.
Good food and hot Latin women. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, man. Excellent. Excellent.
So I read that you're engaged. Are you married yet, or are you just engaged?
No, I'm engaged, man. That's why this is all happening at a good time, dude. It's May 25th.
May 25th
I
is
told her, don't sweat it, man. No matter what goes down, even if I need some stitches, I'm sure I'll heal up in a month and a half.
Oh, yeah, you'll have plenty of time. You'll be fine.
Yeah, man. You know.
I think it would be funny, though. I mean, if you actually, if you did the wedding a little bit closer and you pulled, like Brandon Vera did the same thing. Like, he had a fight and got married the next day. You know what? I told her, too, man. If I got some war wounds, I go, you got to, eventually tell the kids when they look at the pictures down the road, hey, this is what I do. Yeah.
This is what bought us our house, so.
That's what I'm talking
about it.
Yeah, interesting wedding pictures.
So,
yeah, exactly.
So I watched the episode, oh God, what's that show called? Inside the UFC, where you were interviewed with Joe Rogan, and you had GSP on there and everything, and they brought up the point on there where you're highly, GSP is obviously highly favored in the odds and all that stuff, and I'm almost hesitant to bring it up, but my question to you is that something? I mean, how do you wrap your mind around that? Is it something that you use as motivation? Do you not even care? Do you not even think about it? Obviously, if you're stepping into the cage, you're a confident fighter and you think you're going to win. But I just want to know just your kind of mental exercises behind that situation.
Oh, I like it, man. I prefer that, bro. That's more pressure on him. Every round I'm in there with him is a round I shouldn't be in there with him. In his mind probably, and the minds of a lot of these, experts and then the guys that are fans. You got to look at it basically on our last couple of fights, I mean, he destroyed Matt Hughes, and hats off to him. And my fight with Chris Lytle, I beat Lytle, but I didn't, beat Lytle. I mean, me and Chris, we sparred with each other on the show. We trained with each other for 5 weeks, sparring with each other. More than anybody else on my team was sparring with each other because everybody had the staph infection. So me and Chris, we didn't get it. We worked with each other a lot, so we knew each other's games in and out, and it just we kind of avoided each other out from anything. So I mean, it was what it was. I mean, that's what happens when you get guys that train with each other every day, and it kind of made for a less than like a barn burner fight. And Hughes, I think it was a lot of St. Pierre, and also, some of Hughes is bad. Why, what happened with St. Pierre and his fight? I mean, he destroyed the guy that's been destroying everybody,
Yeah.
And, you look at our last fights, and that's what you get, man. You get guys thinking, oh, man, look, he's a better wrestler. Hughes is a better wrestler than Serra, and that's what's going to happen, He can't get him down, he's going to get knocked out,
Right.
But that's the story of my life, man. People have been saying about that, since my first fight with Shoney, man. I got stopped once in my whole career. You know what I mean? And then, I avenged that loss. And, I've proven that, whether, I've been the hammer and I've also been the nail. And I've fought some of the toughest guys to grace the octagon, man. And win or lose, I'm there. I'm taking them bell to bell. So this is going to be more of a fight than people think, And the thing is, I'm going in there expecting a down-and-out, bloody, rough war. I don't know if he is. And then if that's what he starts to get, we'll see what happens, We'll see who's more prepared then,
Yeah, well, he's saying that he considers you to be his, his most difficult opponent yet. So, I mean, it sounds like he's being prepared for it.
Yeah, he's not taking you lightly.
There's the popular things, there's the right things to say, and then there's
the politically correct thing to say.
That's true.
He's a good guy, George. So I mean, I'm not going to slander him in any way. I like him, you know. But again, is he training with the urgency? Is he training with the urgency of him fighting Matt Hughes? I don't know. Hopefully not.
Yeah. Now let me. Have you always fought at 170, or have you ever fought at 185?
No, hey, 185, bro. I'd be like a little freaking tank. I don't know. I used to fight at 155.
Okay, well, see, that's kind of what I was going to lead into was, I mean, I know a lot of people kind of, if you're fighting 170, sometimes you can drop down to 155. Sometimes you can move up to $185. Do you have any plans on moving down to 155? Because it seems like a lot of the guys from the show that have come on, you had guys that were fighting heavyweight, like Keith Jardine came in and Rashad Evans. Both those guys, buddies of the show, they came in, fighting heavies, and then they all moved down. Same thing with Joe Stevenson. He was in there as a welter or middleweight, and then he moved down. Do you have any plans on moving down and maybe taking a shot at Shirk?
Yeah, he was in there as a welterweight, Stevenson, and he went down to lightweight. Right. Nah, man, dude, it's rough for me to make that cut. It really is. I'm kind of stuck between the weight classes. I'm not a huge 170.
Right.
But yet, I am a huge 155, but it's just, man,
it's hard to get there.
It is rough to get there.
What do you walk around at?
All the fun out of the fighting, I've proven to be, a very competent fighter at 170. I mean,
right.
I beat, my last 3 guys were legit welterweights I beat.
Sure. What do you walk around at during,
that's the UFC actually calling me on the other line, but hey, I'm not answering them for you guys. You like that?
We do like that.
Tell Jessica you're in the middle of your
interview. They can beep in all they want, what are they into?
Unless it's Dana's personal line, I don't think you should answer.
No, it ain't Dana. If it's Dana, I might have to give you guys the axe. I don't want to be You know what I'm saying? He got his book Pride, too. Where am I going to go?
Sure, they just bought Pride.
Yeah, I got to do the right thing.
Yeah, what do you think of that, man? What do you think of that now of the UFC picking up Pride? I mean, what do you think of the combination of fighters that's going to make now?
I think that's going to be amazing for the sport. I mean,
oh yeah, I'm excited.
Wow, look at all the matchups, man, that you've never seen because of whatever reason.
Yeah,
and even the whole Pride versus the UFC thing is pretty cool.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
that
awesome.
angle.
I hope they run with that and do the whole title unification, everything. I mean, there's so many options there. I mean,
it really
how
is.
Great would it be to see Dan Henderson fight?
Look how good Zoof has done so far, man. I mean, look at the UFC now; it's everywhere.
Yeah,
sure.
It is.
It really is. So I'm glad to be where I'm at. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
for sure.
What do you think about the undercard of the fights the night that you're fighting? I mean, let's talk a little bit about Diego Sanchez and Josh Koscheck. There's been a lot of talking going on there, and Koscheck is saying that Diego was a better fighter than me when we fought. He's like, and now I got something for him. And as everybody knows, Diego's been out in Puerto Rico training with Oscar De La Hoya. What's your prediction on the fight? Let's just ask right now.
I think Koscheck's going to be a major problem for him in a sense that, he's been working his jiu-jitsu with Dave Camarillo, who's a very talented black belt, and he basically went in there as a wrestler with some submission knowledge when he fought the first time, and he still did well. I mean, if you look at the I think it's going to be a tough fight for Diego, but you can't count that guy out. I mean, he's been beating everybody they put in front of him, man, and he's a very tough guy and a very focused guy. So that's up there. That's a good fight, man. Shoot.
Yeah.
It's down to be exciting.
Thanks for the politically correct answer, Matt.
I don't know either guy too well, so I can tell you if I really. Are you asking for my pick?
Yeah, what's your pick? I want to know what you think.
Yeah, my pick. Ooh, man. I don't know. I'll tell you right now, man. It's a rough one for me to pick. Ask me something else. I don't know. If I had a legit pick, I'd pick. Let me see. I don't know. That's a tough fight, man. I mean, I almost want to go with Koscheck because I think maybe he made the improvements and he's got just on takedowns alone. He could. Yeah. I don't know, but the other guy is good with the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, look at Diego and Nick Diaz.
I'll give you a retarded answer. I don't know, man.
Right.
I can't run with it.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Hey.
Well, I mean,
we're out of Albuquerque.
We got to pick Diego. I mean, here's what I think. I look at Diego and I look at him fighting Carl Parisian and just the battle that it was and how he just handled Carl Parisian. And then you look at Nick Diaz too, which was a totally different fight, which is a battle of it was basically a very technical jiu-jitsu match. I mean, because it was submissions and counters and it was just a really technical fight, and I mean, you look at that and you look at how Diego came out. And then you look at him fighting Joe Riggs, and he knocked Joe Riggs out. He's just a versatile fighter.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true.
And I just, you know what?
And I got that other those other guys calling me right this second, man. I hate to have you. I don't know if you want me to hold on or.
No, you know what, man? Cool. Listen, we really appreciate you taking the time. Thanks so much for being on Cage Talk. And check it out. Go to YouTube and type in the word Cage Talk, and you'll be able to see this tomorrow night.
Guys, thanks for having me, man.
Thanks, Matt. We really appreciate it.
Matt Serra,
all right, guys.
Have a great day.